Hello, welcome to Unlock Circuit Design online lecture series. Myself Prima Rawat from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. In this session, we are going to see the topic BCBS filters. In that, we are going to see two filters, band pass filter, that is BPF, and band reject filter. These topics we are going to see from the unit active filters. Now, in the previous session, from the same unit, we have seen Zeller-Enke filters, high pass filter and low pass filter. Now, we are going to see another variants, band pass and band reject filters from VCVS, that means voltage controlled voltage source filters. Now, we have already seen that band pass filters are those filters which are designed to pass the particular band of frequencies and by blocking the other frequencies. In the opposite way, band reject filters are those filters which reject a particular band of frequencies by allowing to pass the other frequencies outside that. Let us understand this. So first of all, let us see BCBS band pass filters. As the name suggests, these are band pass filter which will have particular band of frequencies having lower frequency and higher frequency value, and in that particular range the frequencies will be allowed to pass and others will be blocked. There are two types of band pass filters. First one is wide band pass filter and the second one is narrow band pass filter. Now, if you want to calculate the standard frequency for this band pass filter, it is given as Fc, that is under root of Fh into Fl. So Fc equals to under root of Fh into Fl, that is the formula of getting the standard frequency, where Fh is the high frequency value and Fl is the low frequency value. If we want to obtain the Q value, quality factor Q, that is equals to Fc divided by bandwidth. Here Fc is under root of Fh into Fl and bandwidth is given as high frequency minus low frequency value, that is Fh minus Fl. Okay. Now let us see the first one, that is multi-stage wide band pass filter. Now what is the meaning of wide band pass filter? And what is the meaning of narrow band pass filter? So wide band pass filter are those band pass filter which have the frequency band value wide. That means the frequency range will be wider spectrum and it will have the multiple values in that. If it is smaller values, that means the group of that frequencies is smaller range, is of having smaller range, then we can call it as narrow band pass filter. So here the circuit diagram of multi-stage wide band pass filter is indicated. As there are two stages of amplifiers, these are called as multi-stage filters. The first stage is the high pass section and the second stage is the low pass section. Why we need to use these two filters? Because we need to obtain wide band pass filter. Band pass filter means have two frequency ranges. So we need to give at least high pass and low pass sections and then to obtain the particular band. So the first stage is high pass section. That's why with the source directly capacitor is connected. And second is low pass section. That's why with the source directly resistance is connected. So let us look at the first section, that is high pass section. In that, single pair of resistance and capacitor is used. The resistance used over here is the variable resistance. That's why this symbol is indicated. The supply is given to the non-inverting terminal. The output of the first amplifier or first op-amp is given as the input to the second op-amp to the non-inverting terminal. Here, in between the resistance is connected directly. That's why the second is low pass section. And the another value of capacitance C dash is used. Here, for the first stage, feedback resistance is RF, and for the second stage, feedback resistance is RF dash. Okay. So this is the complete circuit diagram for designing wide band pass filter. which is a multi-stage wide band pass filter. Now let us look at the frequency response for this. So this is the graph of frequency response, a graph of gain versus frequency. As this band pass filter, we will have the particular band of frequencies in pass band, and outside that we will have stop band as indicated over here. Here it will have the low frequency value FL, high frequency value FH, which will have the pass band. The rate of decrement over here from pass band to stop band is minus 20 dB per decade. It is as obvious because we have seen that we have used the single pair of resistance and capacitor. That says we have used first order filter. So the rate of decrement should be minus 20 dB per decade. Here the low frequency value FL is given as 1 by 2 pi under root of RC, and the high frequency value FH is given as 1 by 2 pi under root of R dash C dash, based on the component values we have used. Okay. Now let us see the next, narrow band pass filter. We have seen wide band pass filter for wider range of frequencies. Now we are going to see the narrow band pass filter, for which the circuit diagram is shown here. Here the supply is given to the non-inverting, supply is given to the inverting terminal. Inverting terminal, that means the negative terminal of the op-amp, where R1, R2, C1, C2, R3 is connected. That means in feedback, two components are connected, R3 and C2. That means resistance and capacitors are connected in the feedback, which is providing two feedback paths. And to the non-inverting terminal, the resistance R3 is connected and RL is the load resistance. I am repeating again, for the narrow band pass filter, as shown over here, to the inverting terminal, that is negative terminal, source or input supply is given, where R1 and C1 are connected directly, then R2 is connected, in the feedback C2 and R3 are connected. This whole arrangement obtains the narrow band pass filter configuration. Now let us look at the disadvantages of VCVS filters. So the first disadvantage is that it has wide component spread. Second one is that it has tuning problems. That means by using multiple components, capacitors, resistance, between the capacitances also, tuning is difficult. So there may be issues related to tuning of the components. So that is the second disadvantage of VCVS filter. Third disadvantage is that it has high sensitivity to component variations. That means if small variation is done in the component, it will affect the output. That's why it is having high sensitivity to minor component values as well. And the fourth one is that it has high sensitivity to variation in gain. That means if there is some variation in the gain value of the op-amp or of the filters, it has the high sensitivity in the output. That means it affects the output. So these are the four disadvantages of VCVS filters. Now let us see the next, VCVS band reject filters. Till now we have seen VCVS band pass filter. We have seen that there are two types of VCVS band pass filters, narrow band pass and wide band pass. Now next is band reject filter. In that there are again two types, wide band reject filter and narrow band reject filter. The concept of wide band and narrow band is again same here. Wide band reject filter, that means it has the range of frequencies wide, and narrow band, the range of frequencies is narrow. Let us see the first one, multi-stage wide band reject filter. So here, as you can see, there are three op-amps used in the circuit. Let us look at the first side. First, there are two op-amps A1 and A2. In the A1 op-amp or in the A2 op-amp, the supply is given to the non-inverting terminal. For the first A1 op-amp, the capacitor is directly connected to the source. That means we are using the high pass configuration. If we look at the second A2, the supply is directly connected to the resistance R dash. That means it is giving low pass filter configuration. So in the first stage, combination of high pass and low pass filter is obtained, and the output of this two is given to the third op-amp A3, which will act as a summing amplifier to obtain the wideband configuration, wideband reject configuration. Here RF is the feedback resistance. So the first one is high pass filter, second one is low pass filter, and the third one is the summing amplifier. So the output of each amplifier A1 and A2 is given to the inverting terminal of the op-amp A3. For the non-inverting op-amp, ROM resistance is connected to the ground, where ROM is called as offset minimizing resistance. Okay, different resistance values R1, R2, R3, R4, R dash are shown over here. In short, to design multi-stage wideband reject filter, we have used high pass filter, low pass filter and summing amplifier combination. Okay. Now let us see the frequency response of this. So if you look at the frequency response of this, it is a graph of gain versus frequency. Here the wide range of frequency is shown, that's why it has the wide band reject filter. So the range of frequencies which we have provided will be in reject band, exactly opposite to that of band pass filter, and outside that there will be pass band. Okay. Here FC is the standard frequency or cutoff frequency. FL and FH are high frequency, low frequency and high frequencies respectively. Now let us see the next, that is multi-stage narrow band reject filter. We have seen the wide band filter. Now we are seeing the narrow band filter. That means it will have this small range of frequencies as shown in this frequency response. Okay, a narrow pulse is there. Here to design this, we will use the twin T network, and this filter is also called as notch filter. So remember that sometimes in exam, if you will be asked to design notch filter, it will be multi-stage narrowband reject filter only. The basis of this filter is a twin T network. Why it is called as twin T network? Because here it is forming two T shapes. As you can see over here, the first T shape is obtained by resistances RR and the capacitance 2C. That is forming the T shape. Another T shape is formed by two capacitances and the resistance R by 2. That means this is the combination of two T networks. That's why it is called as twin T network. I am repeating again. First T is obtained by two resistances and one capacitance, and another T is obtained by two capacitors and one resistance. Remember the values as well. For first T, the resistance values are RR and capacitance value is 2C. Another one, capacitance values are CC and resistance values are by 2. Or else you can say that the combination of that. Okay. Here the notch frequency is given as Fn, that is equals to 1 by 2 pi RC. If you look at the frequency response, you can see that at notch frequency Fn, the frequency value is very low and it has a very narrow pulse indicating the narrow band reject filter, which is in narrow band, which is a stop band, and another one is pass band. Clear? Now let us see the notch filter using op-amp. So here the twin T network is connected to the supply voltage and is connected to the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp as shown here. So twin T network connected with the supply is connected to the op-amp terminal, and the inverting terminal is given as the feedback. Here RL is the load resistance. This configuration, this circuit diagram is called as active notch filter, and here the frequency response is shown, indicating notch frequency, low frequency and high frequency. Okay. Here in every frequency response, if you have observed, AVF and 0.707 AVF is indicated. 0.707 AVF, that is AVF by root 2, and AVF is the voltage gain with feedback. Okay. I hope that you all are aware about that. Let us see the applications of notch filter. So the first application is that this can be used in the communication circuits, and the second one is that they can be used in biomedical instrumentation. I hope that the band reject filters and band pass filters for two types, wideband and narrowband, is clear to you now. These are the references. Thank you. Thank you for listening.